I think Shanks as a Yonko is controlled opposition set up by the world government in order to keep the status quo in the pirate world, just to make sure things don't get too out of hand. The reason why I say this is because in chapter 1152, during the Herald slash Loki flashback where Shanks is chilling out with Copacabana, we see that he has a very peculiar tattoo on his arm. So it's highly speculated that this is the arm that was bitten off by the Lord of the Coast at the start of the story. So what does this mean? This means most likely that that mark is a mark of the abyss. Marks of the abyss most likely come in a variety of different variations, because what Emu does to activate Dami Reversi is probably a wholly different contract than they have with the Holy Knights. And furthermore, this could be a totally different contract that they have with members of the Figerland family, because it's been highly suggested from Garling and how Garling has operated in the story that the Figerland family have special treatment that the other families of Mary Joie just don't have. So I could believe that they get a special mark of the abyss that's not allowed for members of other houses. With that being said, I think, as I've said many times before, that him missing an arm is just a ploy. He can regenerate his arm at any point that he wishes, because we see from guys like Shepard Sommers, getting cut up doesn't mean the mark of the abyss stops working. The mark of the abyss keeps active. So with that being said, Shanks can regenerate his arm whenever he likes. He chooses not to keep up a facade. For what reason, I am not sure, but I think that is why. That is the purpose of us seeing this weird tattoo in chapter 1152, because it's alluding most likely that Shanks is keeping up the facade, that he is actually in bed with the world government and has been working for them for a very long time. This wouldn't surprise me either, because from how Roger is being presented in the narrative, he seems to also be interested in keeping the status quo for some reason. There isn't enough information currently at the time of this recording to make that claim, but it's very peculiar how he's being presented so far, as opposed to Roxy Zebek, who made it into the flower room as Mary Joie, which is the first time we've ever seen anybody but Emu and Emu's handlers in that room. But yeah, Shanks is a rat. With that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede.